A cup of tea. It seems so simple. So gentle. A morning ritual in a quiet home.
A hand reaching out with intention, lifting a warm ceramic mug, steam curling upward like a prayer into the early light.
For many older adults, this isn't just a drink. It's a moment. A pause.
A soft gateway into the day.
But here's the part no one tells you.
Even something as humble as tea can work for you or against you, depending on when you drink it.
You see, your body after 60 isn't the same as it was at 30. The stomach lining thins. Blood pressure becomes more sensitive. Blood sugar more reactive. And the nervous system, once adaptable and quick to recover, now asks for more gentleness, more respect, more thoughtfulness in timing.
And yet, the world keeps telling you, drink green tea in the morning, it's healthy, or have some ginger on an empty stomach, it wakes up digestion. But I'm here to tell you, for many seniors, this advice, although well-meaning, can be harmful.
Because the truth is, there are teas you should never drink on an empty stomach. And just as importantly, there are others that can become your greatest ally, but only after a meal. Let's begin with a truth I've seen too often, sitting across from my patients.
A woman in her 70s, Mrs. Whitmore, comes in complaining of a sour stomach and dizziness in the mornings.
She eats well. She exercises.
But every morning, like clockwork, she feels queasy even before breakfast.
I drink a cup of black tea to start my day, she tells me proudly. I gave up coffee years ago. And in that simple sentence, the answer revealed itself. Black tea, rich, dark, calming, is seen as a wise alternative to coffee.
But inside that comforting brew lies a compound most don't notice: tannins.
Tannins are plant chemicals that give black tea its slightly bitter, robust flavor.
But on an empty stomach, they act like tiny irritants, brushing against the raw lining of your digestive system.
Imagine a delicate leaf touched by frost, that's your stomach lining after 60. And when tannins meet it with no food in between, it can lead to nausea, cramps, or that subtle, unspoken burn so many seniors chalk up to just getting older.
Now add caffeine to that, not as much as coffee, but enough to wake the nerves, and you've created a storm. The body, still fasting from sleep, gets jolted awake without the cushion of nutrients.
Your heart may race slightly. Your blood sugar may drop. You may feel unsteady, just as Mrs. Whitmore did. But the most overlooked danger? Iron absorption.
Those same tannins bind to iron, especially the non-heme kind found in vegetables and legumes. And for many older adults, already low in iron, sipping black tea before breakfast is like closing the door before the delivery arrives.
So, should you stop drinking black tea? Not necessarily. Drink it after breakfast, not before. Let it follow food, let it enhance, not disturb. Now let's turn to another beloved brew, green tea.
Often heralded as a superfood in liquid form, filled with antioxidants, catechins, and a hint of caffeine that seems just right.
But again, context is everything. Green tea also contains tannins. And just like black tea, it can irritate the stomach lining when there's nothing else there.
It can cause that same spike in acid, especially in those with a history of GERD or ulcers.
But the effects don't stop at the gut.
Green tea can also lower blood pressure, gently, yes, but for a senior waking up slightly dehydrated or fasting overnight, this dip can cause dizziness or lightheadedness. I recall one gentleman, Mr. Allen, who came to see me after fainting in the shower. He was on mild blood pressure medication, and his only morning ritual was green tea.
No food, no water, just tea. When we traced the timing, the culprit wasn't the medication alone.
It was the combination of an empty stomach, slight dehydration, and the hypotensive effect of green tea.
A perfect storm. It's not the tea's fault. It's just the wrong moment. Now, take peppermint tea. It smells calming. It's sold as a digestive aid. And yet, when consumed before food, it can work in reverse. Why?
Peppermint relaxes smooth muscles, including the muscle that guards the entrance to your stomach.
This muscle, the lower esophageal sphincter, is your gatekeeper.
When it relaxes too much, acid can creep upward, causing that dreaded heartburn, especially in older adults who already experience reflux. Drinking peppermint tea on an empty stomach can weaken the very barrier that protects your throat from stomach acid. And in doing so, it can invite discomfort instead of peace. There's also a silent danger here: masking hunger. Peppermint tea can numb the stomach, not in a dangerous way, but just enough to dull your awareness of hunger.
You may delay breakfast. You may skip it. And in seniors, this can trigger a cascade: low energy, skipped medications, and eventually, nutrient depletion. Tea should support your appetite, not silence it. Next comes one of the most misunderstood teas: hibiscus. Vivid red. Tart. Often recommended for heart health.
And rightly so. Hibiscus has compounds that can lower blood pressure and reduce inflammation. But here's what many don't realize: it can lower pressure too fast, too early, on an empty stomach. If your blood pressure already dips in the mornings, especially when rising from bed, hibiscus tea can amplify that effect. I've seen patients stand up, get lightheaded, and nearly collapse, all from one innocent cup of morning hibiscus tea.
Add to this its natural acidity, like lemon or citrus, and you now have a double irritant on an empty gut: acid and hypotension. It's not a bad tea. It's simply a bad time. Now let's talk about ginger tea. Sharp. Stimulating. Warming. It feels like nature's answer to cold mornings. And yes, ginger has marvelous properties: anti-inflammatory, circulatory, digestion enhancing.
But when taken first thing, alone, with no food, it can backfire.
Ginger stimulates gastric acid production. If you've eaten, that's helpful. But if your stomach is empty, the acid has nowhere to go, and it can cause burning, cramps, or even nausea. I once had a patient, a former nurse, who drank ginger tea every morning. After months of unexplained reflux and discomfort, she was shocked to find that her healthy habit was quietly triggering the problem. The stronger the ginger, the more intense the effect. Lastly, in this group, we must mention cinnamon tea. Sweet. Cozy.
Beloved by those managing blood sugar. But here's the thing: cinnamon helps lower glucose, which is good, unless your blood sugar is already low. Which it is most mornings. When seniors drink cinnamon tea before eating, it can tip their blood sugar into a dip, causing dizziness, fatigue, or weakness.
Especially for those on diabetic medications.
And cinnamon can suppress appetite as well, making you less inclined to eat when your body most needs it.
So again, it's not the tea itself. It's the moment you choose to drink it. That's the silent truth we've forgotten. Timing is medicine. And for the aging body, it can mean the difference between ease and distress. But now that we've named the teas that are best avoided on an empty stomach, let me guide you gently toward the teas that work with your body when taken after meals. These teas aren't just harmless. They are deeply nourishing. They support digestion. Calm the nervous system. Help nutrients absorb. They offer comfort, not conflict. Let's begin with chamomile. Chamomile. The very word carries a kind of softness, doesn't it? There's a reason grandmothers have brewed it for centuries, why herbalists have praised it in scrolls and science alike, and why even the most skeptical doctors, myself included, have come to respect it. But chamomile's power isn't just in helping you fall asleep. No, its deeper healing shows itself after meals. Because when you finish eating, your body enters a new rhythm: the rest and digest phase. And for seniors, this transition often gets disrupted. You finish lunch, but your stomach still churns. You lie down after dinner, but feel heavy, bloated, or a bit uneasy. This is where chamomile shines. Chamomile contains natural plant compounds, apigenin, flavonoids, and bisabolol that act like gentle signals to your digestive tract. Not aggressive. Not pushy. But supportive. They ease muscle tension in the gut. They calm small spasms. They help reduce gas and bloating, particularly when you've eaten a bit too fast or chosen heavier dishes. But more than that, chamomile speaks to the nervous system. For many older adults, eating isn't just a physical act, it's also emotional. There's the loneliness of eating alone. The anxiety of, will this upset my stomach again? The fatigue of having cooked and cleaned. Chamomile wraps around those emotions and says, "You can rest now." One of my patients, Ellen, age 84, began sipping chamomile tea 30 minutes after dinner every night. "It's like a soft sigh," she told me, "like my body says thank you." That's what real medicine feels like. Gentle, whole, and timed to the body's rhythms. Now from the flowers of the field, let's move to a seed, the humble fennel. Fennel tea has been used across cultures, from India to the Mediterranean, not just as a tradition, but as a digestive ally. Its flavor is subtly sweet, with hints of licorice and warmth. But don't let its taste fool you. Inside each seed are compounds like anethole and fenchone that help the gastrointestinal system move. I often recommend fennel tea to seniors who feel bloated even after small meals, who struggle with post-meal cramping, or who simply feel like digestion has slowed down over the years. Because the truth is, it often has. With age, peristalsis, the wave-like muscle movement that pushes food through the intestines, begins to slow. This can lead to constipation, gas retention, or that uncomfortable fullness that makes you want to skip your next meal. Fennel helps restart the rhythm. It relaxes the gut, eases the pressure, and gently encourages trapped gas to release, without harshness, without urgency. 1 cup after lunch can make the difference between a sluggish afternoon and a peaceful one. There's something symbolic about fennel, too. It reminds us that healing doesn't always come in grand gestures, sometimes it's in the small, consistent acts. Like drinking a warm tea after a meal, day after day. Now let me introduce you to a tea many overlook, dandelion. Yes, the same weed you've plucked from your yard. But when its roots or leaves are brewed into tea, it becomes one of the most powerful and underappreciated digestive aids in nature's pharmacy. Dandelion tea supports liver function. And your liver, dear friend, is not just a detox organ, it's the silent workhorse behind every meal you digest. After 60, your liver slows. Decades of processed foods, medications, alcohol, stress, they leave their mark. The bile that breaks down fats may flow less freely. The enzymes that help clear excess hormones or toxins may lag. And you feel it, not just in your digestion, but in your energy, your skin, even your sleep. Dandelion tea, taken after meals, encourages the liver to reawaken. It boosts bile flow, improves fat digestion, and supports your body in handling rich foods. It's especially useful after meals containing oils, dairy, or meat. Some seniors also find that dandelion tea gently stimulates bowel movements without harsh laxative effects, a gift for those who live in fear of constipation but want a more natural rhythm. It has a slight bitterness, yes, but that bitterness is part of the medicine. In natural medicine, bitter herbs have always been used to support digestion, because they signal the body to prepare, to move, to release. And what about water retention? Dandelion can help there too. With a mild diuretic effect, it assists in releasing excess sodium and fluids without robbing your body of potassium, unlike many synthetic diuretics. That's important, because potassium is key to maintaining strong muscles and a steady heartbeat, especially in older adults. Let's step away now from bitterness, and into something sweet and comforting. Rooibos tea. It comes from South Africa, a red bush that blooms under desert skies. And in your cup, it offers something quite rare: antioxidant support, zero caffeine, and deep calm. After meals, rooibos helps in 3 profound ways. First, for the heart. Rooibos contains aspalathin, a flavonoid shown in research to reduce blood pressure and lower bad cholesterol. After a meal, especially one high in fats or carbs, the cardiovascular system is briefly taxed. Rooibos eases that burden. Second, for digestion. Unlike teas with tannins, rooibos is gentle on the stomach and doesn't interfere with nutrient absorption. It reduces inflammation in the gut and can help those who experience mild digestive discomfort after eating, but who are too sensitive for strong herbal teas. Third, for emotional regulation. Rooibos interacts with the central nervous system to produce a sense of grounded calm, not sedation, but the kind of centeredness that helps seniors transition from mealtime into rest. Whether you're heading into the afternoon or winding down for the night, rooibos offers a quiet companion. Many of my patients use it as a bridge. "It keeps me from reaching for sweets after dinner," one said. Another told me, "It makes me feel like I'm closing the chapter of the day, softly." And now, one of my personal favorites, a tea often forgotten, but rich in grace, lemon balm. With its soft citrus scent and gentle minty undertone, lemon balm doesn't shout. It whispers. And yet what it does, especially after meals, is powerful. Lemon balm calms the gut. For those who carry tension in their bellies, who feel tightness, bloating, or churning after eating, it soothes the smooth muscle lining the digestive tract. This is particularly helpful for older adults with IBS, mild colitis, or nervous stomach. But its gift doesn't stop at digestion. Lemon balm works on the GABA receptors in your brain, the same calming circuits targeted by medications like benzodiazepines, but without their risks. It reduces mild anxiety, improves mood, and helps many seniors fall asleep more easily when taken in the evening. One woman told me, after dinner, I sit on my porch with a cup of lemon balm tea, and I feel like I'm finally arriving home inside myself. That's what we forget: digestion isn't just about food. It's also about emotion. We digest life as much as we digest meals. And lemon balm helps us process both. Now let's speak of balance, and for that, there may be no better tea than oolong. Often overlooked between green and black tea, oolong is the quiet middle child, but its gifts are striking. It contains enough caffeine to provide clarity, but not so much as to agitate. It has theanine, which promotes alert calmness. It helps stimulate metabolism and gently regulates blood sugar after eating, making it a smart choice for seniors with insulin resistance or weight concerns. But what I love most about oolong: it supports digestive grace. Not too much stimulation, not too much sedation. Just enough to help you feel light, steady, and awake. A warm cup of oolong in the afternoon, especially after a meal that felt heavy, can revive you. Not like a jolt, but like the sun breaking through clouds. And sometimes, that's all we need. A gentle cup. A well-timed choice. A return to balance. And now, we return to where we began. A cup. Just a cup. But held in the hands of someone over 60, perhaps 70, 80, even 90, that cup becomes something far more profound. It becomes a decision. A crossroads. A moment where the body, aging but alive, either gets support or strain. That's what this has all been about, hasn't it? Timing. It's never just about what you consume. It's when, why, and how. Because when the stomach is empty, it is vulnerable. Like a quiet room before guests arrive, the wrong visitor can cause disruption, chaos, noise. But the right guest, at the right time, can bring peace, digestion, and restoration. And you, watching this, listening to these words, you've probably made the same mistake thousands of others have. Not because you were careless, but because no one told you that black tea, green tea, peppermint, ginger, hibiscus, or cinnamon could hurt when taken first thing in the morning. That even health can harm, when it arrives at the wrong hour. But now, you know. And knowledge is a form of healing, too. Let's pause and feel that for a moment. The dignity of knowing. Of choosing with intention. Of treating your body not as a battleground but as a sacred, aging temple. One that deserves warmth. Thoughtfulness. Careful timing. Loving protection. This is not just about tea. It never was. It's about realizing that the smallest acts, like when you sip a warm drink, ripple into your digestion, your blood pressure, your sleep, your energy, your mood. And that by making just one change, drinking chamomile after dinner instead of green tea at dawn, choosing rooibos instead of peppermint when you feel tense, waiting to enjoy your black tea after breakfast rather than before it, you shift the entire inner rhythm of your day. That's how healing happens after 60. Quietly. Cumulatively. Through grace, not force. Let me tell you about James, 78, retired engineer, and fiercely independent. He came into my clinic with vague complaints, low energy in the mornings, acid reflux, dizzy spells that came and went. He was active. He ate well. Nothing major showed up in his labs. "I don't get it, doc," he said. "I'm doing everything right." And he was. But when we dug deeper into the details of his routine, we found it: black tea at 6 a.m., on an empty stomach, every day for 30 years. He was stunned. You're telling me my tea is the problem?
No, I told him gently.
I'm telling you, timing is the problem.
So we made one small shift.
He waited until after breakfast.
And within a week, the dizziness stopped. His reflux improved. He felt more stable. It's strange, he said, but I feel like I finally arrived into my day, instead of being tossed into it.
That's what you deserve. A body that feels arrived. Grounded. Heard. Held. So what can you do, starting now? You don't have to throw out your favorite teas. You don't need to fear herbs or question every sip. Just shift the rhythm. Listen to your body.
Drink your stronger teas, black, green, ginger, hibiscus, cinnamon, after food, never before. Let them complement your meals, not confront your empty gut. And choose your companions wisely after meals: chamomile to calm, fennel to de-bloat, dandelion to detox, rooibos to soothe, lemon balm to unwind, oolong to balance.
Each tea has its own medicine. Each cup is an opportunity. This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, respect, and above all, care. Your body, your aging, beautiful, still capable body, speaks in whispers now. It no longer screams like it did in youth. It asks softly. It nudges gently. And tea, when timed right, becomes one of the ways you can say back, I hear you. Because after 60, health is not something you chase. It's something you honor. Through rituals. Through rhythm. Through rest. So, the next time you stand in your kitchen, mug in hand, steam rising into morning or drifting into dusk, I want you to remember this. You are not weak. You are wise. You are not behind. You are becoming. And each cup you raise is not just tea. It is self-respect in liquid form. So choose the moment well. And drink, not just for comfort, but for care. You deserve it. Every sip. Every breath. Every gentle step forward from here. Before you go. If this video stirred something in you, if it made you rethink even one small daily habit, then don't let that awareness fade. Tap subscribe to walk with us on this journey of dignified aging, of healing through wisdom, not noise. Click the bell icon so you never miss a moment that could change your health or your life. And if you know someone, a parent, a friend, a loved one, who needs this gentle reminder about tea and timing, share this video. Give them the gift of comfort, clarity, and care. Because after 60, it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters and doing it right. You're not alone. You're still becoming. And we're right here with you. One sip, one step, one breath at a time.